Hey everyone, Chris Paul here with Hercules Silver to give you a quick update on the news we put out today. Talk a little bit about our porphyry copper target, as well as a new zone on surface, which could potentially unlock another 2 kilometers of strike to the CRD style silver system. So, news has been relatively quiet lately. We've been pretty busy closing our financing, getting all the preparations in place for what looks to be a pretty fast approaching phase 2 drill program here. So I just wanted to run through and kind of explain a little bit about what this news meant and what it means in the context of this porphyry copper system. So there's gold in the system, and that goes along with the copper. And that is really quite interesting because the historical work had been so focused at the historical resource area that they've missed what appears to be a very large copper gold feeder system that's lurking at depth on the east side of the property. Now, this is going to be a very important part of the upcoming phase 2 drill program, is tapping into what is causing this very large copper gold anomaly. And what we're seeing on surface, which maybe wasn't appreciated historically, but in a modern context, this is incredibly important to the big picture. So what we're seeing basically is number one is this widespread philic alteration. Now, if you're not familiar, philic alteration is the typical cap above a porphyry copper system. And so we know that the erosion level is perfect. You have not eroded down into the intrusion itself. So, basically that's signaling to us that you've got the entire system still preserved at depth. And really the guts of the system are hiding somewhere beneath the volcanic pile that we do see exposed at surface. You've also got these very strong Pathfinder elements, bismuth, tellurium, selenium, all typical Pathfinders that you would see in the plume above porphyry copper. There are high-grade Skarns, grading up to 21% copper, 4.5 grams gold, over 1,000 grams per ton silver. Now, Skarn, when I talk about Skarn, this is basically what happens when you have limestone, which is very close to the porphyry intrusion. So it'll actually get cooked into this, alteration we call Skarn. And what that tells us is that we're very close to the mineralized intrusion, because as you get further away, that will eventually transition into silver, lead, zinc, and CRD style mineralization, which is what we do see, further off on the west side of the property. But, basically what we know now is that we've got this large zone system, and the core of the system, which is the copper gold intrusion, is sitting somewhere just below surface on the east side of the property. The other really interesting thing that we've got is this large hydrothermal breccia pipe full of fragmented quartz. We call this thing the lightning breccia. And these types of breccia pipes, again, are very common in porphyry copper systems. So just, another line of evidence suggesting we've got this large porphyry copper intrusion lurking at depth, and that's what's feeding everything that we're seeing at surface. So, obviously we've got a number of deep holes planned that are going to be testing this porphyry target from multiple angles, as well as, of course, this large chargeability anomaly in the rhyolite that we think is basically signaling higher grades in the CRD portion of the system. So basically, as you get deeper in the rhyolite, you're also getting deeper, you're getting closer to the potential porphyry intrusion. Now, in the CRD model, the silver, lead, zinc grades are going to increase as you get in closer to the porphyry. So by going deeper in the rhyolite, you're getting closer to the porphyry, and that's what the chargeability anomaly seems to be signaling here, is higher grades in the rhyolite at depth. Now, of course, we've got a number of other zones we're going to be testing in the CRD style silver system as well. And by now discovering this new South Camp Creek zone, which trends under the post-mineral basalt, as we discussed in the news release, this potentially now brings the total strike length of the system to about 5.5 kilometers. So, all this basically allows us to potentially make some major new discoveries with the drill bit this season. Just considering the scale of what we're looking at here, any significant intercepts, could potentially be massive discoveries. So stay tuned. We're looking to have our final drill plan and mobilization plans announced in the very near future here. So we've got a very exciting summer to come.